We didn't even test that, and it worked this time.
I tested it. You guys just weren't listening.
I'm always listening, dog.
I was listening.
Everyone's a critic.
He did that last time.
Is that spitting?
I don't fucking
I
know.
don't know what it wasn't really that loud. I think it was.
It sounds
You're
like
going
sounds like getting ready
That's
for a
what it
spit.
was.
Like,
Welcome.
Gotcha.
Fucker. Welcome to Everyone's a Critic, folks. If you're listening, we love you. We appreciate you. Everyone is a Critic is an offshoot of Everyone I Know, where we just critique one little tiny thing. Sometimes a big thing, sometimes a little thing. Movies, food, various stuff.
Nouns, bitches.
Nouns. Next week, nouns. I am joined this week with my brother, as always.
Hey, what up?
That is Andrew, and our producer, Brendan.
Hello.
Brendo with the
I
good
just want to
hair.
give a quick word of advice. We record in a very enclosed space. If you're going to rip one right before we start, take it to the bathroom.
oh, it was me.
It wasn't me.
Andy told me to do it.
Yeah, you gotta fart so everyone gets used to it. It's a
Just vape a little bit more.
it's a way to get on the same level together. It's a way to commune with one another.
Up.
You get
Up,
you get it
commune.
in your nose, and then you
Drink it up.
sample each other's microbiome just by the smells.
So you know you're not a threat.
This week we're sponsored by our patrons,
Thank you, folks, for all
or
of the...
should I say our pagans. More on that later. But you can go to patreon.com/everyone I know to give us $1. You can also go to audibletrials.com/EIK to maybe give us $1. But it probably won't happen. Fuck you, Bezos. Don't break this fucking picket line. Don't shop at Amazon. This has already happened. Goodbye.
Yeah. So yeah, Bezos is not great, but you can go to Audible, you can give us some money, but that's not going to work. Just go to Patreon.
Go
if
to
you wanna help us out.
Patreon. We'll give you a Pengus.
We appreciate
We
you.
love you. This
That's
week,
not a VD.
That's not a VD. Pengus is not a VD. He's a man that lives in my house.
It's not a man either.
He's a man.
Okay.
He's a
Who else lives in
being.
your house?
Someone else who lives
He's
in
a
my
penguin.
house. What a good segue.
Good, right, man?
This week we have the
journalism.
joy, we have the pleasure, we have the light, the love, the elation. Get ready, everybody.
It's not.
Fourth time? Third time?
Fourth time.
Fourth timer. Maybe the
Well,
most.
who's got...
Someone farted again, and it wasn't me.
That was not me.
Actually, it could have been me.
Olivia's here with us. What's up, Olivia?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Tell us about yourself, Olivia.
No.
Okay,
Everyone-
don't that.
Everyone
Olivia's
everyone
my
knows who I am.
girlfriend. I love her so much, and I talk about her on the podcast so all the other podcasters don't get any ideas.
But I'll get with someone else who has a podcast. as
Like
long as
Mark
they've got
Maron?
more listeners or something.
Well, Mark Maron
Or
does.
more money.
We are the same size physically as Mark Maron.
Yes, we're just as big as Mark Maron.
I don't know if that's true.
No, we
No,
are.
like physically.
Oh,
yeah,
size-wise?
Yes, like
You
I
guys
could,
are
I could,
different sizes.
I
though,
could
so-
probably take Mark Maron.
I could beat the shit out of Mark Maron if I need to.
Oh, sorry.
What are we talking about this week?
We'll get to that after the
Oh,
old
yeah.
man minute. If you're new to the podcast, every week our father emails. Actually, every week our father listens to the podcast and emails in his response to last week. He has sent us a response for last week. I can't read out loud, but you know who can? Brendan can.
Happy Centennial, EIK fellas. This was Boilergasm weekend, and for the 47th year in a row, I didn't participate. I had to watch Emmy while cousin Jennifer and Chris went to MVCC to pick up his running bib and goodie bag. Vader spooked Emmy like a cheetah with a gazelle, so I walked her around the block, singing to her for a couple hours. She now knows Warren Zevon's greatest hits, American Pie, and Deep in the Heart of Texas.
Nice.
Vamonos, topic 111.
That's our little cousin, just so everyone doesn't know. Or second cousin? Our cousin's
I
baby.
hope so. I mean, it would be a much more interesting story if it was
Just
your
a
like
random-
37-year-old cousin. Fellow kids, celebrities, like other wealthy people, are on a constant quest to appear younger than they are. But sun-worshipping, smoking, drinking, drugs take its toll. I especially like the photos of celebrities without their makeup and their botched plastic surgery. When you guys were younger, I took you to the Village Park where Classified was playing. It's a local band that's been around so long they come on stage with walkers and gurneys. I point out 3 50-ish women dancing on a park bench and said, "See, boys, there's worse things than death."
I don't think that ever happened.
I like to think it did.
I mean, you got to understand, when he tells a story about us when we were too young to form memories, you know.
He takes some artistic liberties.
Who the
I think.
fuck, who's going to believe you? You're a kid.
Yep.
You know?
Topic 2, ironic habits. A few come to mind with you guys. Chris has what's it called and yup yup. Andy uses ghettos. My friend.
Jittos. That's our Lebanese grandfather.
My friend, along with the workers control the means of production and Trump's mother sucked cocks in hell. We all have them. Mine is, to be honest with you. Think
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
That's
Isn't
a
that
big one.
telling the listener, hey, normally I would lie my ass off to you, but just this once, I'm going to tell the truth. Topic 3. Reality shows and trash TV. Some shows are train wrecks that you just have to watch. I've mentioned Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. That family is in a photo finish in the trailer trash exacta. Some are too gross for me. I can't watch My 600-Pound Life or Dr. Pimple Popper. I generally like cooking and food shows, but not with an audience like Rachel Ray. They ooh and ah and sit on the edge of their seats like they're watching the Zapruder film for the very first time.
That's a good little turn of phrase, old man. I like
A
that.
time-honored tradition, watching the Zapruder film.
Yeah.
And as much as I like Kitchen Nightmares, I agree it's a reality show. Every episode follows the same template. Love, old man. P.S. Over 1 million Gomers plan on marching to Area 51 and demanding to
They're
see
not
them
Gomers.
aliens.
They're gamers.
I see,
Yeah, gamer pile.
I see that as
Oh
a
God,
perfect.
we're gonna be rich. We gotta put that on the internet quick.
Yeah.
Gamer pile.
I see that as a perfect opportunity for the government to test some new weapon systems. Well, joke's on you, old man. They're going to Naruto run, and the weapon system won't be able to target them.
completely null and void.
Everyone knows that the entire outer wall and the exterior of Area 51 is made of drywall, so Kyle can punch right through it.
Just
as
like-
long as he's pissed off at his stepdad.
For everything that we post on social media for like the next like month, just add hashtag Area 51.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like seriously,
That's
just
some
like,
good
like,
SEO.
Like not if it's not even fucking related to it, but
Yeah, absolutely.
all right. Well, let's start this off. So as I mentioned before, we do a little thing on Everyone's a Critic where we review one thing, one medium, one thing together, collectively, as a family, as a commune, as a
I like this.
Seamless.
it's like we all just come together on a nice warm night, sun's still out. This week we're checking out, we're talking about the new let me do the lead in.
So much lead.
I know, dude, this is like, dude, my dick gets hard for lead-ins.
Oh boy.
The new film by the guy who brought us Hereditary. We're talking about Midsommar. His name's Ari something. I can't think of his last name.
Ari Aster.
Ari Aster.
Already asked her more like.
So,
Anyway.
fucking Midsommar.
This is from the soundtrack, if you didn't know.
With this music playing, I just want everybody to know this is going to be a fully spoiler-filled review of the podcast.
Yeah, if you're watching a review show of a movie you haven't seen, you're a fucking fool.
Also, just go see it or steal it off the internet or something, man. Just my lime's too big.
Oh, it's squirting on me.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, baby, we're talking about Midsommar.
Midsommar. The sophomore film by a New York boy.
Oh, is he from New York?
Yeah, he is. Hold on, I forgot to
Where
pull
is he
his
from in New York?
New York, New York.
Oh,
Greatest city in the world.
It is the sophomore film by sick New York boy Ari Aster.
Yes.
I think he has some problems. If you haven't seen Hereditary, check that out too. It's fucking disturbing.
Also,
as fuck.
spoilers for Hereditary, probably.
Yeah, definitely,
yeah.
definitely spoilers for Hereditary as well.
Yeah.
So Midsommar, really quick synopsis. With a relationship in trouble, a young American couple travel to a fabled Swedish midsummer festival where a seemingly pastoral paradise transforms into a sinister, dread-soaked nightmare as the locals reveal their terrifying agenda.
Yeah, and what's their agenda, Chris?
It's human sacrifice.
Yeah, we all need good crops.
Yeah. So that I'll probably talk about that later on. What was the point?
Good crops.
They never
they're
said it
ridding
though.
evil.
It's ridding evil?
It was
and
just for the
anxiety.
spirits.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think so the first thing I want to start off with was hot takes, thoughts on the film. I didn't want to talk about the film on the ride over because I fucking loved it.
Yay!
It
I
was
was so concerned you were
fucking-
gonna hate it.
No, dude, it
I
was
said
so
it could go
good.
either way. I thought.
It was so fucking good. I absolutely loved it. It made me feel all kinds of feelings.
Yeah.
Their portrayal of anxiety was a little too fucking spot on. And
Yeah.
it made me fucking uncomfortable as somebody that deals with that shit. But like the film as like the cinematography is fucking amazing. The characters kind of one note. That's okay. Whatever. It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
You're talking about Danny, the main character?
Seth Rogen, you mean?
Seth Rogen? Wait, no.
He
Wait.
looked like not
Danny's
Danny.
the
Yeah, sorry.
lady.
Christian looked like fucking Seth Rogen. He
We
looked like
actually-
he looked
Really?
like
I didn't
skinny
think so.
Seth Rogen.
Who did we think you looked like?
Dude, no, there
know.
were
There was
fucking-
somebody
There were
else.
fucking scenes where he just like makes a look and he looks exactly like fucking. Look
I'm
at
trying
some
to think
stills from the
back,
movie.
yeah.
We need to get a deep fake
Oh, no,
of it
no.
and just deep fake Seth Rogen in there.
I
He
guess
looks
I can kinda
so
see what
much
you're
like
saying.
skinny Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
And the faces he makes, like, oh come on, man, that type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, I got
It's
you.
fucking Seth Rogen. But yeah, no, I fucking absolutely love.
I'm glad you liked it.
It was a wonderful film.
Olivia, what do you think? What's your hot takes?
I liked it. I was trying not to compare it to Hereditary because I know that they're by the same guy. So in that
Yeah.
respect, I did prefer Hereditary.
Really?
But, yeah, I definitely
I
did.
thought this
100%.
was I thought this was a more realized film than Hereditary was.
I don't know. I mean, I think Toni
Like-
Collette carried Hereditary for me massively because
Yeah.
she's like one of the best. I think.
So I think that this one didn't really stand on the performance of the actors, more on the writing and
Yeah.
the
Cinematography.
and the cinematography, and the
Yeah.
atmosphere that was built
Yeah,
by
I
the
can
screenplay
understand
alone.
that. Yeah.
'Cause, like there are points in this movie where the acting is fucking cringy and
Oh,
and
certainly.
not
Oh
good.
yeah, I agree. I think her acting through
She
the
was
whole thing.
yeah,
is
she was
incredible.
great like the entire time.
Yeah.
But there's like times with the weird Swedish people just being like
Yeah,
It's like-
but I think they were kind of supposed to be cartoony.
something
So-
I want to get to later on about that. Is it a comedy? But we'll talk about that
Yes.
later.
Well,
Absolutely.
that's my fucking hot take
That's your
about
hot
this
take?
movie.
Okay.
It's not a horror movie.
Oh, it's not.
It's not a horror movie.
No.
It's it's something else entirely. It's a drama or something.
It's not a
It's-
slasher flick, but it is a horror.
It's a psychological thriller. It's something different. But the thing about horror, which is why I don't watch horror a lot, but I'll always go back to it, and it reminds me. Oh yeah, no, horror and comedy are like the same. Like they're cousins.
yeah, of course.
They're cousins. One's a goth and one plays guitar. Like that's
One's a goth and one's a stoner.
yeah. Thank you. That's probably a better analogy. But like they are very similar. And when a director like Ali can just easily go back and forth between those two, it's fucking super exciting. For
I
me.
agree. Okay, so let's get into. Should we do like a summary, a synopsis type situation? That sounds like a good play. Or let's just talk about our favorite parts, and we can
Well,
go from the. thing.
let's go with like a quick like summary in case you didn't watch the movie and you just want to listen to us talk.
Brendan,
I read the synopsis.
So there we go.
close enough.
So there's a couple.
Okay, so
Yeah.
basically, you've got Dan. He comes in on Danny. She's on the
Yes.
phone, and on her computer. She's very nervous because she got a weird email from her sister,
Right.
who apparently has some kind of issues,
bipolar.
bipolar disorder. So she then gets on the phone with her dipshit boyfriend Christian,
Piece of shit.
who goes Seth Rogen, who goes.
I just
Yeah.
smoked some herb with my buddies.
No.
With some resin.
He smokes resin.
resin.
This is one of my biggest themes in the fucking movie. Christian sucks because in a sentence, Christian smokes resin.
Yep.
What the fuck, dude? You're a grown man.
getting his fucking doctorate.
Yeah.
In what? Anthropology?
Anthropology doesn't
Anthropology.
know what he's doing his thesis on. Get out of here, you fucking fool.
All right, so from the haven't watched it perspective, I'm just filling in these characters because I don't know what they look like, but I know the story. So he's not going to be Seth Rogen for me. He's going to be Ross from Friends.
Not bad. Beefy Ross. Give him
Yeah.
some
Beefy
beef.
Ross from Friends. He's the shitty boyfriend nobody likes.
Right. Yeah, but he's a sociopath as well.
I don't think he is. I think he's just a dipshit.
I guess.
Nah,
I
dude.
just feel like it's like he lacks very basic human empathy, which is
Me,
quite.
okay.
He can't stand up to
Because
his boys, and that's a fundamental failure
Right.
in a
I
relationship.
mean, there's a difference
so-
between.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say there's a difference between a girlfriend being an inconvenience and them having a very sick sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're worried about them dying. Like, you know what I mean? Those are vastly different issues.
Well, so squiggle lines. What happens?
Basically-
Danny's sister kills herself and her parents in a very horrific way. It's
Yes.
Carbon monoxide poisoning.
It made me feel sick to my stomach.
It wasn't great.
That's the
Portrayal
first
of bipolar.
like 5 minutes of the movie.
yes.
10 minutes.
Olivia, say what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. I definitely think it's a very flawed portrayal of bipolar disorder. I think it's very over the top. But I mean, it's
It's a
fine.
horror movie, and every time they
Yeah.
bring up mental illness,
But
stuff,
it's
they can-
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Turning like people who are sick into murderers
Monsters.
is always
Yeah.
a bit of an issue.
Yeah, the film has always been pretty bad at treating people with untreated mental illness as like they're all sociopaths or they're all
psychopaths or
schizophrenics or
whatever,
they're all or whatever. When there's definitely a gradient there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not super woke, but
Yeah, but I mean,
Moving on.
it's
Yeah,
not a big deal.
whatever.
Because then they go on to do anxiety really well.
Yeah,
So it's just kind of
way too well.
yeah.
Okay. So after that, they basically just jump cuts into the future. Things have.
Wait, just real quick.
go ahead.
Like talk about the editing and how fucking well they did it, and how fucking amazing it was. Like, okay, dead sister, dead parents, fucking hard cut. I don't remember where they went next, but it was a completely different scene, different atmosphere. But you're still like recovering from that.
Yeah.
And then it's a whole new thing. All right, fucking, I got to worry about this now. So
Right.
that horror we got now, he's with his fucking boys.
Well, yeah, it's her
Like
coming
sitting-
in, right? And she's coming into them in the living room.
Yes.
And it's very anxiety inducing.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, well,
aren't they-
social anxiety, it's like, ooh, if you can feel it.
Well, I think what happened was that he goes like, "Oh, I'm going to go to that party," and she's
Yes,
like, "No,
and she's
I think I'll
she's
go with
sleeping,
you."
that's
yeah,
Right.
before
sleeping.
that, that's
And
right.
they
And
talk
then that's
about
when
going
they
to
figure
Sweden.
out
That's
the
when
thing.
they mention Sweden.
So let's get the plot down before we like
Start
really-
analyzing
yeah.
everything. Okay. So go to the party. He offhandedly mentions that they're going to all go to. Everyone's going on a super fun trip that she doesn't fucking know about. And she's
Yep.
just hearing about it now. Classic Christian.
Yep.
And so they've got this big trip planned to go to Pele's ancestral commune
So
in Sweden.
Pele's is one of their friends
One
from
of their
college,
PhD friends.
that is from Sweden.
Right.
Right. And so then from there, he basically goes like, "Oh, I'll invite her, but like she's not gonna come. Like, don't worry about it. But, it's gonna be sweet.
Well,
We're gonna fuck all these
So
Swedish chicks."
so that scene they're in. So this is after the party. They're in a room together. It's all the boys hanging out. You got Mark, right? Is that
You mean
asshole?
baby Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, dude, with his fucking vape the entire fucking movie.
Yeah, dude.
He's from Bandersnatch.
Yeah, he's the guy
he
from
really?
Bandersnatch.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the,
the
shit, he
English guy
is.
from
Yeah.
Bandersnatch.
He's like
He
a
was
chameleon.
awesome. He was awesome in
Yeah.
Bandersnatch.
He's a great actor
He
in
does
that
a really
movie too.
good American accent.
But yeah, he's like a chameleon. Like Olivia pointed that out to me because Olivia
fuck,
is
yeah.
able to recognize faces and I'm not. But
Yeah, so like everybody's like, all right. He's like, yeah. So like I invited her, but like she's not gonna come or anything.
Just be cool,
but,
bro.
But like also like you invited her, I didn't. So
Well, he's like, you know about it.
yeah, you- no,
so
no, no,
don't
you
act
insisted that
surprised.
she come
yeah,
or
she
something.
insisted that she came. So like,
Yeah.
just like fucking let her come. And then you see the interaction between Christian's boys and her and how awkward it was. And then fucking she starts freaking out because the fucking Swedish dude starts talking about
Mentions
his
her-
family
his
also
family
dying.
dying and all this shit.
When he apologizes to her, like he says.
And then
he's
she
sorry.
runs to the bathroom, and one of the best fucking cuts of the entire movie, she's like freaking out in the bathroom, like having a little fucking panic attack. Hard cut, she's in the fucking airplane, and now we're going to fucking Sweden.
Yeah. Incredible.
In interest of time, let's kind of like hit the highs of it. So they go to Sweden, they take some mushrooms.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Which that seems
like
amazing.
the first thing they fucking do.
Really good special effects for the mushroom scene.
Yes.
Very accurate.
Yeah, we
parody.
can get into all of that. So they take mushrooms, they get to the commune, hilarity ensues, a bunch of people fucking die, a couple people jump off a cliff.
Yes.
Somebody eats some pubes, somebody drinks some menstrual
Menstrual blood.
There's
Yeah.
there's some
There's a
group-
bear in a cage. Are we not going to acknowledge it? It's a bear.
It's a bear.
There.
There's
on a tree.
there's some group sex that goes on a little bit, get a little help with the
fucking
a couple of good hands. If you've seen the movie, you know what we're talking about. And then in the end, everybody fucking dies.
So Christian gets sacrificed.
Yeah.
Everybody except for Danny and Pele
And she got
end up
that smile. at the
dying,
end.
and Danny is crowned. So they're at this Midsommar festival, right? It's a solstice festival, and Danny gets crowned the May Queen, and she is then inducted into the commune and becomes a part of their family, and she finds the sense of belonging that she didn't have in America.
Yep. In Sweden.
In Sweden.
So let's talk about our favorite parts of
Yes.
the movie. I would like Olivia to start.
My favorite scene.
Yeah.
My favorite scene was the one where she catches her boyfriend fucking the lady, and she goes back
Jesus
to the room and she cries in
And then
unison with the
with-
other
with the-
women.
with
that
the-
made
that
me
was-
cry. I cried. I thought that was the most incredible thing I'd ever seen.
I think that is one of my favorite themes of the movie is this thing that they do where it really, I don't know if they come hand in hand with psychedelic use or whatever, but it very much fits into that world where it's like they have some witchy shit going on where they're all entwined and they're all in unison.
Well, and it's also like I think a femininity thing. Like it's
Right.
It definitely seems like a very like woman run.
commune.
Yeah, so like, I think they're kind of playing.
I wouldn't say it's women run. I
Not
think
women run,
I think
but-
it's just because he says it in one of the first scenes when they
It's
get to the
kind of
commune.
girly, huh?
Yeah, because
the frock.
Yeah, because our whatever our deity is a hermaphrodite, so we want to all be equal. I don't think it's really like like feminine or masculine. Just everybody's the same,
Yeah.
and
Well, I
everybody
guess-
has their role to play inside of that
I guess
inside of
it
that
just
community.
seems feminine because, like I've said this to Andy, like most horror movies are I feel like very masculine.
Oh, yeah.
So I
Oh,
think
yeah,
like
no.
the fact that it's like leans more heavily towards femininity is much more noticeable
Oh yeah,
than in other horror films,
Well,
and that's the same with
I think
Hereditary.
I think it's more of it doesn't lean into gender norms
Yeah.
a lot.
Like
But I
women
think that
being-
there's even a- I
isn't
think that-
that's not the right word. The
typical tropes in horror
yes,
movies.
yeah,
I think it's actually a reversal because if you think about Christian
I
in the
think so.
scene where he is having sex with
oh
Maya,
yeah, that's a good fucking point.
right? He ends up naked and afraid,
Yes.
with blood on his dinger.
that's what
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say. It definitely seems like taking women out of the victim role,
And putting
which
them
is what
into
they
the-
usually are in horror films.
I think it's done in such a way that it doesn't feel forced.
No,
it's
which
not
is
good-
fucking
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
It wasn't the scene in fucking Avengers where all the
That
women who
is
have never
so
talked to each other once show up together
Or
to
like the
kick some
guy,
ass.
in the support group who's like my husband, and
Yeah.
everyone was
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, it's a gay character."
In a
And it's like-
Marvel movie,
I was like,
of no consequence at
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
never doesn't have a backstory whatsoever.
Another thing that I think where you definitely get some feminist overtones to this movie, is the entire movie is about Danny's will being overtaken by Christian and his friends.
but he hardly does it though.
But he does through his manipulation.
Yeah.
Whenever he
Yeah.
like makes her
But
feel
so
bad, she
it's-
apologizes
he
and
is
jumps
such,
backwards.
He's such a
effortless,
weak
that's why it's bad.
character too, and
Yeah.
that's what makes it hurt even fucking more.
Right, where you're just like, fuck this guy.
Just like
I fucking
fuck,
hate
just
this
go
guy.
away, dude. Like
Right.
get him the fuck out of your life.
yeah. Well, she's so
that's
downtrodden.
yeah, that's the thing.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
Like
and I
the
think
scene-
that's
Take
what
a
they're trying
lot
to
for
portray
him
too.
to take over her.
Right. Like the scene where they go back to the house after she finds out about the trip when they're still in America, and she's like pissed off, rightfully, because it's like you were
She
fucking.
fucking apologizes to
And
him.
then she apologizes to him.
Come on.
I just looked at Olivia and we just did like thumbs down.
Yeah, I was like, this sucks. Well, and she didn't want him to leave, and she was like, You're talking about when they came back and this.
When they came back from the party and she
Yeah,
had just found
and,
out. yeah.
and how she clung to him and like didn't want him to leave, and that was so heartbreaking because she had just lost her family,
Right.
and he was like doing the storm out routine.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is so manipulative.
Christian is 100% canceled.
Oh yeah.
Chris, what's your favorite scene?
Not a scene in particular. My favorite parts of the movie were also the most uncomfortable parts of the movie for me. Were the depictions of Danny having anxiety attacks.
Yes.
Because the deep breathing, the self talk,
Yes.
the things that me and Josh talk about once a month.
Josh Homme.
Josh Homme. Yep.
Yeah,
His
no.
therapist, Josh Homme.
Yeah. But like it was so like a lot of the film was fanciful. And it was like a lot of the plot was on the fucking nose. Like they show stuff that this is going to happen. There's a bear here. Do not see the
Yeah.
bear. Yes, the bear is going to be part of the movie
It's
later
in a
on.
cage. It's a bear in a cage. It's a bear.
Yeah, we know it's there. And they even they pretty much look at the fucking camera and say like, "Do you not see the bear? It's right fucking there. Like look at it."
And there's the painting at their apartment
Yes.
where it's the little girl with the crown
Yes.
kissing the bear.
Yeah.
It's just so
Hey.
like you know what you don't know what's gonna happen, but you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's no unless you came in and you were like, "Hey, this is a movie. You've never heard anything about it. You don't even know the
Yeah.
title. Like you shouldn't. If you didn't know that this was a horror movie,
I went in completely cold. I didn't watch any of the trailers.
you didn't watch the trailer.
I didn't watch any of the trailers.
But you knew it was
Trailer
a
doesn't give
I knew it was a
anything
horror
away.
movie,
Yeah.
and I knew it was the dude
Ari Aster.
Yeah, I knew it was
Yeah.
his. So I knew it was gonna be fucking weird.
Yeah.
but also he likes to telegraph his movies. So in Hereditary, the entire plot is told out through that dollhouse.
Right.
So
I
the entire
fucking love
movie.
that shit, the dollhouse.
So during the movie with Midsommar, like I'm looking for, I'm like, all right, well, they're obviously they just fucking lingered on this like tapestry for fucking 5 minutes.
Right.
Okay, this is gonna be a part later on.
Right.
But with that, which is kind of goofy, kind of silly, I like it. But that with just a very realistic portrayal of the instantaneous onset of like anxiety sometimes that can happen to you.
Well, because and how it's
you-
achieved is through the camera
Yeah,
angles,
and-
the extreme camera
and-
angles, and like the
and how well and almost like carefully that was done. I thought was fucking just absolutely spot on and fucking amazing. One of my favorite parts. Made me very uncomfortable.
Well, I like too how like as soon as she started freaking out because when she was on the
Yeah.
shrooms and the guy came up to her, he's like, "Why don't you come and hang out with my
Yeah.
friends?" Which is like she's never had.
Did you
before.
know? Did you notice in that scene when he smiles and his
Yeah, and his mouth
fucking
is
mouth starts
stretching.
moving.
Yeah, that was yucky. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah. So it's too bad that every portrayal of psychedelic use is in every good portrayal of psychedelic use is in a horror movie because they did a fucking great job with it. I mean, it's just one of those things where you see that and you're like, this is not over the top. This is very similar to what would
Right.
actually be going on.
and it's a personalized account of
Yeah.
of
So
the trip, too.
is that your favorite aspect of the movie? or
my
what's
favorite
yours?
my favorite aspect of the movie, I think,
or favorite scene or what have you.
my favorite scene, I think, was when she finally like went into the maypole scene, the
That was
maypole
fucking
dance.
great.
Yes, it was. Okay,
That
so
was so fucking good.
this is the scene from start to finish. She comes in. She's separated from Christian.
Yep.
She's still upset, and they're putting her. She's now in the dress of the people there.
Yeah.
She's now becoming slowly joining into this commune, and they like hand her a glass of something, which is my favorite part of the whole movie. It's just weird hippies giving you stuff to drink. What is it? I don't know.
Yep.
It's a very small amount. Everybody's drinking it. Guess I'll drink it.
Yep.
And so she hands her the whatever hallucinogenic tea or whatever. She goes like, what is this? Or I think she just drinks it. I don't think she questioned Christian.
she
She
says
about it.
She says, no, she says like, make sure you look her in the eye.
Look her in the eye while she pours it.
She said it'll help you dance.
Yeah, it'll help you. That's what'll help you. Like, it'll give you strength or some shit like that.
And so she drinks it, and then she goes, "All right, now, hoo ha."
Yep.
I love that.
And she's like, and Danny does it. And she goes, "All right, it's
All right,
on
there
now.
we go.
It's on now. Here we go."
Yeah.
And so then they all dance around the maypole, and then the scene where she's getting woozy, and the camera angle is changing,
Well,
and you think
there's-
she's gonna fall to the ground.
So there's that scene. There's also a scene where she starts freaking out a little bit. The part where she starts freaking out is like you can see like her face is dropping a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
And she's getting a little like she's getting like anxious or she's getting like a bad trip. And then she gets bumped by one of the girls and she looks and she
Yeah.
smiles and then she smiles
Yeah.
back and
Yeah.
yeah, like
And
I'm
it's like,
still
"We're
in
back."
it. Oh, thank God.
But that's the scene that I'm talking about when
Yeah.
she's like getting woozy, and you think that she might drop or something. She'd fall down because that was the whole thing. That
Did
they're
you ever
dancing until
think she
they
wasn't gonna win?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
I
think
mean,
that.
you know she's
Yeah.
going to,
But
obviously.
she gets woozy and stuff like that, and then like you said, she bumps in, she gets a smile from the other raver, and and then she's fucking like right back in it, and then they start speaking telepathically
That
to
shit's
each
so
other.
Yeah, dude, I can understand you.
It's like, I can understand you. I can understand you.
Yeah, I
fucking
like
good.
that too because that was like I think that taps into like the femininity thing too, where it's like she wins a contest of dancing, not of like she doesn't have to fight them physically. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
So
it's not like
a-
fighting their fucking
yeah,
champion.
which is like usually what happens. Like they have to like cut the the person's head off or something like
Kill
that.
a monster. Yeah.
right, to win.
Can we talk about Mark Wahlberg?
Baby Mark Wahlberg is so
He might be my favorite
He's
character.
so good. He pisses on the
Does he
sacred.
look like Mark Wahlberg?
He
I
doesn't.
don't
If he
see
doesn't
it.
look
He
like Mark
acts like
Wahlberg,
him
to me,
enough.
he acts
Okay,
like
he acts
Mark
like him. That's
Wahlberg.
fair.
Like-
That's fair.
He
When he pisses
he's
on the
just
tree.
he is just a piece of shit.
I love him.
He's also a PhD student. I didn't.
I don't believe
I don't believe it either.
Are they all PhD students?
Everybody
or do they just
but
know each
Danny.
other from college?
I think everybody but Danny is.
Maybe Mark Wahlberg was just a friend. They just wanted
No.
to go fuck milkmaids.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe. But I think that every description I've seen is like he's also a student. Maybe he's not an anthropology student or something like
he
that.
doesn't read as a PhD.
But he's the perfect comic foil in that movie because he's
so good.
Like the mushrooms.
walking around with his fucking vape,
Right.
like in the middle,
Yeah.
like some like disgusting shit, not disgusting shit, but like some weird shit going on. Just like fucking, you see a cloud just go by. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
there's Mark.
There's
okay,
Mark.
cool. I'm still here.
Well, that I
He's
believe.
not there for the jumping off part.
No,
But
no.
Brandy's like, oh, to let me
Bitch is like,
sleep
yeah,
through that.
all the things that you
What
could
really
sleep
sleep
through. Also that ritual is actually a real thing in like ancient Nordic
Yeah.
Oh,
thing
cool.
is like killing the
check. That makes sense.
purposeful suicide of the elders.
I don't have a problem with it.
I mean, whatever, as long as it's consensual.
I agree.
But the other thing that I liked
Stick down an ice flow.
Yes,
The other thing that I liked from Baby Mark Wahlberg was when they first land. First of all, when they first land and take the mushrooms, that scene gave me so much anxiety. Especially the part where she's like, "I'm just not
I'll just
ready.
do it, yeah.
I haven't sat down yet."
and they force her to do it, basically.
Right, and they
peer pressure,
coerce her into doing it.
Just
And he's
never
like,
a good start.
he's like, "Bro, it's gonna be a whole different trip. You fucking." He's like, "Well, you could wait for us, man." He's like, and then later he's like tweaking out on the
yeah.
mushrooms, like they're on the hill, and he's
Everybody lay down.
like, "Josh, lay down."
He's like, why is it light outside? It's 9 o'clock.
He's like, "What
I
time?"
don't like that.
He's like, "What time is it?" It's 9 o'clock. No, it's fucking not.
I like that. I like that.
I don't like that.
Fuck me, man. It's
Well, okay,
such a
so
good fucking movie.
what about the bright horror? A horror
I
movie
fucking loved
in
it.
washed out.
Okay, so I wish they had done all the horror in the light, 'cause they didn't.
There were some parts where they were inside.
Some of the more disturbing parts of it was in the dark, like
Indoors, like in the temples
yeah,
and
in the
stuff like
temple and
that.
all that stuff. Like, which and when the one dude that was trying to take pictures of
Josh.
Josh,
He gets hit over the head.
yeah, he gets over that. Like that was completely in the dark. I didn't really like that. I wanted to see more of that ding dong of the guy wearing his fucking face. Like,
Hell yeah.
also
That was
too,
so
can
funny.
we also call out a actual like distributed film with just fucking hanging dong all over the
I know,
place?
I love
yeah,
that.
dude.
You
Like,
don't see
that's-
dick enough. I've always
the
said that.
dick.
Yeah,
show the dick.
In the actual what's it called?
Welcome
like-
to the hardcore.
In the that's my fucking line.
I know.
In the like the description of like the rating, it's a graphic nudity. I'm like, oh, there's a dick in here.
Yeah.
There's at least one dick. They say
Yeah, that's
graphic
always
nudity.
considered graphic.
We're gonna see a full dinger.
Yep. One.
Not
at least-
tasteful, just a
Yeah.
bloody.
I mean, you saw
one
you
ding
saw
bong.
full vag,
You saw full
Yeah,
veg.
you did.
which
you
you
did.
don't usually always see. It's usually tits for sure.
Oh yeah, you always see that.
Always see tits. There's nothing wrong with tits.
One of the things that I enjoyed a lot about this movie one is the horror in the daytime, and
thought it
also
was great.
the sunny perspectives of or dispositions of the fucking cult people. You can tell they had a meeting
Yep.
about what's gonna happen.
Yep.
They are all in on something that you don't know about.
Yeah, they know what the fucking score is. You don't.
Wait, so are they? So they were gonna kill them possibly regardless.
So-
because
some of-
they said they were traitors.
Some of the what's it called? Some of like the synopsises and analysis. Jesus Christ. Of the film is like that. What's his name? The Swedish guy
Yeah.
Pele.
Pele.
may have killed Danny's family.
Right, because
I
there are
heard
some
that.
flowers in
That's-
her room, a flower crown.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's.
I don't
think-
like that.
I don't like that.
I don't
yeah.
like that at all.
I think it's
don't-
kinda
I don't-
stupid.
I don't trust like that.
I don't trust like that.
Yeah, it's
That doesn't
it's
fit
too
into the
smart of him.
narrative at all, though.
Well, the whole thing though is like him saying that I was really excited about you coming and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like him like propping her up as the May Queen and all that stuff, which I think is just kind of just too convenient. for
I
it.
don't like that either.
Yeah.
I think that completely destroys the whole thing because
Because
this
she's trying to find a family. That's the whole point.
Right.
So if
This
he
is a
killed her
reverse-
family,
it's a reverse horror movie. It starts out sad and it gets very happy. I got a question. When you left this, did you feel catharsis or did you feel
I feel like I needed a beer.
but in celebration for Danny's new family?
So after the film, After I watched the film, I went to see it Spectrum 8. You guys are owned by Landmark, but fucking shout out. You guys still
Yeah,
get
it's still
some fucking
nice
good
people
movies.
that
I
work
love
there.
Spectrum.
I fucking still like to go there. I stopped over at what's it called, Delaware Supply afterwards. Conversation with the bartender about it. Shout out to Delaware Supply, I guess. Sponsor us. And like I said, he's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, oh, just watched Midsommar. He's like, oh, how was that? I'm like, I need a beer. I'm not sure if I like that movie or not. And I started talking. I'm like, oh no, that was fucking great, but.
Yeah.
I don't think saying it was happy. It was happy, I guess.
She
but
still has a fucked up relationship with death, though.
Yeah.
like that's
But
the
now,
whole thing. Like,
but
she
now
still hasn't
that she's
come to terms
now
with
that she is in with the Hagra.
Harga, yeah, Harga.
Now that she's
Harga?
with the Harga,
There you go.
she now has a delineated understanding of what death does. Death is there to purify the earth and to serve the community.
Yeah, but the only
when you're
problem is that-
72, you jump off the fucking.
74.
No, it's 72.
I thought it was 74.
I think it's 72.
Remember because he said 74 and she said, what happens then? And he goes,
72, I think.
it really doesn't matter.
they spell out the entire fucking plot, the entire movie.
Oh,
It's great. I
absolutely.
loved it.
And that's one thing that I enjoyed. I was actually very afraid of you to be like, you were going to come in and be like, it was so predictable. It's like, that's the
No,
point.
it was. It was.
It's not
it was
supposed to be
predictable.
surprising
But
in
it
any
was,
way.
It was done. It was done in such a way that that you weren't there. So somebody going into that like after Hereditary, they're probably expecting a very particular thing.
Yes.
Because Hereditary was spooky, scary, out of nowhere, Satan like that.
Right.
Like like if I'm giving you my log line of Hereditary, that's how it was.
baby.
Which was really well done.
Fucking
He's
love
not
that
going to
movie.
do that again.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, oh yeah, look, here's the entire story, and this is what's going to happen. But just like watch it all fucking melt down.
I mean, it has all the same themes. It's like family. It's,
yeah, he's big.
it's
You
all
think
that.
he's okay?
I think he's...
'Cause-
No, I don't think
because
he's okay.
like I was reading like some articles about the movie. I also read
Yeah.
a response from the Swedish like tourism,
Oh, boy. They probably
and like
weren't
like
happy.
they asked him about like one of the rituals. Like, no, that's a fucking porridge with ham in it. Fuck off.
They would say that,
Yeah.
though.
Of course they fucking would.
trust them.
They want to get people over there.
what the food that Mark Wahlberg complains about?
Yeah.
Or
So I've actually getting back to that, but I have two questions after that. But I forgot where I was going with that. Fuck.
Swedish
Yeah. Well, no.
tourism.
So like with like Hereditary, it was like big. Oh no. That's what I was. Ali's had just broken up with somebody when he wrote
Ari,
this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ari rather. And
yeah,
Ali's
I read
actually the chef over at 288 on Lark Street.
nice.
Shout
I'm
out.
thinking about
Sponsor us.
Ali, sponsor us, bro. But yeah,
I
so
heard
like
he had been
those.
through a breakup.
Yeah, that's like definitely like comparing because like that's
Oh, yeah.
the movie is about
So
that.
actually,
It's
I've got
about
some
moving
quotes
on.
directly from Aster if you want to hear them.
Sure.
Okay, so he said, "This is as much of a breakup movie as Hereditary is a family drama," which I agree with.
Yep.
He also described it as the Wizard of Oz for perverts.
Ooh, I kind of like that description.
Okay.
He also
like
called
it.
it an adult contemporary fairy tale.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Very
so
much
it's very much in the eek of the Wicker Man.
Yes.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is Hereditary was Rosemary's Baby, and
Yeah.
this is The Wicker Man.
Yeah. No. It's
Absolutely.
those like mid '80s kind of exploitative horror films, which I can't think of another example of.
I don't know. It's hard to really say. I mean, it's probably like the Satanic Panic ones.
Yes. Yeah. Anything like that. I have a couple of questions I want to get to before we get too deep in here.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. First off, when would you guys fuck off?
Or when would we try to leave?
Yeah. When would you say enough
Peace
is enough?
I think the jumping
out.
off the cliff part,
Yeah.
for sure.
Aster Spund or whatever it's called.
Because I can't think of anything really that happened prior to that would have like necessarily.
Okay,
Set off alarm
I
bells.
had two spots when I saw all the freaky shit on the walls. I'm like, it's probably not a good place to be
In the
like-
bunkhouse.
in the
Yeah, but
bunkhouse.
those are like old. A lot of cultures have those like old
Okay,
paintings.
okay. I probably if I gotten past that and saw
Chris, can we just stop you real quick and just admit to us that you would be baby Mark Wahlberg?
yeah,
Yeah, you definitely are that
I
character.
identified with him. So he did a very good job. No, I probably would have if I was there. I probably would have slept through the falling off the
Yes.
cliff. No, I think once I realized that there was menstrual blood in my in my little
Yeah.
little
After
chalice.
or
That was
before?
far. That was long.
after.
That was long
That was
after.
after the
way
jump.
after.
Way after.
So you would have
after jump.
stayed after the jump.
At
you
that
think?
point, they explain it pretty well. Like they're old, they did this of their own their own volition. Like they decided to recycle their bodies. I guess I'm here. I'm in Sweden.
Yeah, I mean, I do get
I
that.
know.
I
think-
am-
But
You-
in the
it's pretty-
situation, though,
It's
holy
pretty
shit.
fucking metal.
You're absolutely trapped. There's
There's
nowhere
no way to
you
get
can
out.
go.
So maybe like they're not gonna throw me off the cliff. So like why not? I'll fucking play ball.
And they won't
Yeah.
let you leave though either, because they kill the people who try to leave.
well, you don't know that.
Oh,
we
sorry.
don't break traffic laws.
No, you know that they die because in the one in the
I
Yeah,
could
no,
have
no, yeah, you do know.
yeah, because he goes in that room and the guy's like hung like
That was at the end of the movie when he's fucking running around naked.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Or
we know
before it
what
was
we
running
know.
around. Yeah,
That
oh,
if
yeah,
you
they-
tried to run, they
Yeah,
kill
they-
you.
they get you.
That's what I'm trying to say.
They get you.
They get you.
Get you.
When would you leave, Olivia?
I said when they jumped off
Right
the fucking
after?
cliff, I would have literally just left.
Guess
Which
what?
is what those two did,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and they died.
And guess what? Guess what I'm doing?
Say.
I'm gonna be the fucking
Yeah,
May
you could be the May
Queen.
Queen, aren't
I'm
you?
so into this. I want to join
Okay,
this.
be serious though. If
I'm
you were
absolute-
really in that situation,
That means
would
that you
stay.
got bared.
You get bared.
Yeah, dude, you're in the bear.
You. If anything, I'm the May Queen. Come on.
Yeah, but you don't. Andy's just gonna go
Oh,
to
I was
Sweden and
getting
take
really
a bunch of
upset.
fucking mushrooms and become the May Queen.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, are you gonna eat the fucking fish thing they try to shove down her throat?
Sure.
Huh?
I love weird
she
food.
didn't do it.
Yeah, she didn't like
It
What
it.
would
wasn't
have
good
happened
luck.
if she did?
I don't know. Maybe she gets superpowers.
Probably.
Um,
I got another question.
sure. Go ahead.
Favorite meal?
Favorite meal?
Yep.
That they ate?
Yep. Which one did you like? Look at that.
When they were cutting up the bear, that was pretty nuts.
Yeah, yeah.
That
I
was your
would-
favorite meal?
I just, you know who, you know who was my favorite snack? Pele. Got him.
I would.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I would for
Oh,
he
and
was
his,
so nice.
and his other brother, Igvar or
Oh yeah.
Ingamar.
Angamar. Yeah.
You know what's a cool little thing to throw in there? Also that lemonade drink minus the Monster Blood looked fine.
I
was
like
it
the pies.
lemonade?
It was
I
like
forget now.
lemonade.
How did he?
It was like
Fuck
thick.
knows.
It looked like a mango lassi kind of.
Yeah.
Oh no, but didn't she put it under his bed? He didn't drink it. I thought.
She put a rune under his bed.
Yep.
She put a pube in his pie, and she
And some
put
fucking-
and she put some juice in his
I'm trying
drink.
to remember
Some
when
lady
he
juice in
drank
the lemonade.
menstrual blood.
That was in the scene. Remember, they were sitting at the dinner table.
Did you
and,
not notice like every single one of the cups were the same color except
And then
for
his was, like,
Christian's?
orange.
It was like
No, I
yeah.
didn't know.
I was fucking like there was two other people in the theater with me when I saw this,
Yeah.
and I wanted to like just be like, you guys see that, right? Like you see that that's a fucking different color than everybody else's.
Yeah.
Did he
That's
notice?
menstrual blood.
I forget. I don't
He
know why
does
I'm-
because
Christian?
he looks at it and he goes,
This is,
okay.
and he drinks.
He takes a sip, and then he pulls a pube out of his fucking mouth.
Right. He's
kinda
Wait, he pulls a
into it,
pube out
honestly.
of his mouth first.
Yeah, he's like quietly willing, but also being like harassed.
Well, he's being manipulated
Yeah,
the
I think
entire
that
time.
I think in the fiction side of this film, I think that you have to understand that he's under a spell at that point. 'Cause
Yeah.
she already put the rune under his
Yeah,
bed.
And he's been drugged.
Right.
But is he actually under a spell, or is he just like leaning into it?
That's the
Yeah.
question.
Because there isn't any actual like fucking spooky shit going on in the entire movie.
The magic is real,
'cause
or
he
is the
doesn't-
magic not real?
Right.
Yeah.
No,
You
because
don't
he
know.
wouldn't
There
have been
isn't.
aware of any
It's
of
just
it.
everybody tripping out on fucking shrooms.
Yeah, so he thinks it's just kind of a wacky
Yeah.
fucking.
So it's almost
thing.
an excuse for him to probably
Just-
have sex with an underage girl.
Yeah, probably because he's a big
underage?
perv. Probably.
I was assuming.
I think she's probably like 16. I would guess.
Yeah.
I think that's the idea.
I don't know what the age is there.
Wait, Jeffrey Epstein's in this movie?
Yeah, got him, and Donald Trump, and Bill Clinton, woo, and a lot of other people. You guys want to hear something that might blow your mind?
What's up?
Danny is ideal for the May Queen, not just because she's lost her family, but because it's her birthday on the beginning
Yeah,
of
they
the
said that.
ceremony. It is in the middle of her summer season of her
Oh
life.
yeah, that whole thing where it's like the
Oh, like
fucking-
her age.
Right, so it's from 1 to
think I watched the
16
same
is your
YouTube
spring.
video.
Yeah, baby. 1 to 16 is spring. 17 to 32 is your summer. 33 to 52 is your fall, and 53 to 72 is your winter.
Oh, right, 72. Yeah, so then they say.
And
at the
then
end,
73
she
off
said
the
what happens at 72.
Oop,
Yeah.
dead. So yeah.
It was obvious at that point that they were going to kill some 72-year-olds.
Oh yeah,
It
absolutely.
was like fucking just right there.
And I was like, oh, shit.
What do you guys think of Pele's drawing that he made for Danny on her birthday?
I thought that
What's
shit
he
was
doing writing books?
It was good, dude. I
What's
loved
he doing
it.
writing
It was
books? He should be
incredible.
He should be a paint artist. Yeah.
he should go down to New York City,
Didn't she
and
have
do
like
caricatures.
like antler crown?
Yeah,
on?
she had some kind of crown.
Yeah.
He could have got it
Carcosa?
right. He could have
Yeah,
got
it was
right
like
then
no, it
and
was
there.
definitely
Yeah,
some
no.
pagan shit, dude. It was
Yeah.
wild.
She's gonna fuck him, right?
Maybe.
Like
Oh, yeah, 100%.
she's gonna fuck
She's gonna
him.
fuck probably a lot of people because her entire thing is to bring a new bloodline into the
Yep.
group.
Oh, right.
Like,
Well, I
as
thought
an
that
outside.
that was what Christian
Can we
did.
can we talk about like the end where she's like hobbling around with all the fucking flowers and kind of look like Jabba the Hutt a little bit?
I loved
I
it.
started
Yeah.
laughing because like at that point like
And
I've
she's
just been
stumbling.
I've been beaten down for
Yes.
like
Yeah.
fuck. The movie is not short either.
No.
It is
No.
fucking 2 hours and 20 fucking minutes.
Yeah, it's
That is
long.
long for a fucking horror movie.
But
Horror
it
movies are
didn't
fucking
feel
wham bam.
long.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
It felt a little long.
You think it was too
Here's
much?
the question.
I think they could have cut some of the stuff down, but that's just
I think it
nitpicking.
would reduce the
Yeah.
effect though. And here's the
Yeah.
question.
I
'cause it's a
don't
very building
know
thing.
about that. I think that they built it up enough where
They could have cut like 20
yeah,
minutes.
they
or
could
something like
they
that.
could have cut 20 minutes out of that easily.
I think you can cut 20 minutes out of most movies. Though.
Yeah, you always can. But like the whole scene where they first land, and
do
they're-
the mushrooms,
and do
and
the
she
mushrooms.
freaks
That's it's good for
It's
establishing
funny,
what mushrooms are going to look like for the rest of the film.
Right.
Yeah.
What
that you-
hallucinogens are going to look like.
So that you establish that this is what this is.
and that Christian sucks.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
Christian sucks. And
And that Pele is cool and he knows how to chill when he's tripping. And he's like, can you feel it? Can you feel
Yeah.
the energy coming from the
Right.
earth? Look, the trees, they're breathing.
but
It's a really good impression.
I think that it was kind of like shoehorned in that part. And
I
it-
agree.
It kind of messed with the flow of it. They could have taken that entire scene out
Um,
and done it in a different way. How? I don't know. I don't write movies.
Chris, you're a film boy.
Anymore.
Is there a term for when the movie is forcing you to feel through some type of editing or some type of cinematography or something like that is forcing you to feel the thing that the character is feeling?
Well,
Like, for example, in the scene that you're talking about with when she has the anxiety attack and then suddenly she's on the plane, or when you see her parents and her
So
sister
the-
die and then immediately jumps into that party
Yeah.
scene and you're not ready to be at a party because you're like Danny.
It's catharsis, but one of the terms that you use for building a scene is called mise en scène.
Okay.
Which is and I'm probably fucking wrong, and not that we have any listeners probably correct me, but it's
Yeah, eat a
it's,
dick.
it's the life of the scene, or the I can't remember the fucking actual thing it means. It's a French term. It just means the scene essentially.
place, I think mise en scene means the place.
Yeah,
Place in
mise
the
en
Timing.
scène is the
Mice and place.
it's
Yep.
it's the
Mise.
yeah.
Mise is mice.
Mise, little mice.
Scene is place.
So
Or
mise en
put.
scène is what is
How you
what
set the scene.
is it makes somebody feel.
Okay.
So
So,
if you have great mise en scène, it means that you've created a world in which somebody can feel invested in, in which they do a very good
and you
job
can
at.
feel connected to the character
Yes.
because
like that
that like
phrase.
Mise en place, on the other hand, is your setup when you're working the line, cooking.
Wow. A little bit of French for you there.
Little French for you.
EIK?
Camembert.
Hopefully, I don't have those backwards.
Mise en scene is like if you took everything out of the movie related to story or anything like that and just focused on
setting?
what are the
It's
individual
the scene.
components that make up
Mise en
the scene.
scène means the scene.
Yeah, the costumes, the lighting,
Yeah.
the background, like,
It's
the,
like
all of
put
the
in scene is what
yeah,
it
all
means,
of the
right?
components that you could discuss independent of the overall story of
Right,
the movie or
the
anything
plot.
like that kind of make up that individual
The atmosphere.
part.
It's what you relate to, much like young Wahlberg.
Yes, exactly.
He's part of the
no,
scenery.
but actually,
he really is.
Speaking of that, I think that this isn't one of my. I think the final theme that I'm going to put out, and then we can have a little bit of fun with this. This movie, I believe, is demonstrating a rejection of modernity, rejecting our like American, but also like white Christian, like very like
very white.
modern values. Okay, and I think that Baby Mark Wahlberg is there to demonstrate that, right? So some of the things that I thought about with that is like when he pisses on the sacred tree.
Yeah.
Like I've been hanging out in a field and pissed on. I
There's
would have pissed on that tree.
Okay, him pissing on the tree, man. So many different places he could have pissed.
Exactly.
Obviously, there's one dead tree. Maybe there's a reason why there's one fucking dead tree.
But I
Oh,
would have
man.
pissed on the tree.
Because
but
they
he's a
needed to take
fucking
his
idiot.
face.
That's
Yeah.
that's true.
That's
Wait, how'd
true.
you know that they take his
Read the
face?
I told you, I
synopsis.
read the synopsis.
Skin the fool, baby.
Skin the
Yeah,
fool,
skin
man.
the
That's great.
fool.
I'm gonna
And
take
he
his
was
face.
he was the fool. That was the idea. I also thought that like there's like the ritual sex scene that I thought that this was kind of a yuck in it, where the lady comes down, she starts singing into
I
their
thought it was
face.
so funny.
That was hilarious to me.
Yeah, I couldn't. That was very funny.
But the thing that kills Danny and kills her family, or rather kills Danny's family and gets her out and makes all the modern problems that Danny faces, which is like she doesn't go and talk to her family. She sends them an email and she calls them on the phone, and those are completely ineffective.
And had she gone there,
And what kills her family? A car. I don't know.
built
I
by
think
the
that,
Ford company.
yeah, the former Nazi Henry Ford. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I think that's like another one thing. And the other thing too is, what's her boyfriend's name? Christian. So she's rejecting.
What you trying to fucking say, man?
She's rejecting Christianity and going to her pagan roots. Getting more connected to the earth. Eating weird stuff that hippies give you.
Well, yeah, and it's like she's on like classic psychiatric medication, and then
Right.
she goes to like a place where they
They don't need that.
use like therapy through
Group
psychedelic,
and group stuff.
Group talk
Yeah.
and human sacrifice.
which is where like mental health stuff is
Bloodletting
going.
and-
Right.
Like MDMA therapy and
Blaze
shrooms
it.
therapy.
Blaze it.
gardening.
Gardening therapy.
Gardening.
Blaze it. One of the things
Fucking-
that I just want to hit back on the unity of the Harger.
Harg.
Harge. The breathing thing and the sharing of emotions is constant throughout the movie. When the old man jumps off the cliff and breaks his leg
Yeah,
and
and
dies,
everybody freaks
they're
the
all
fuck out.
like, oh,
Yeah, they do it in unison. Yeah.
when they're
Oy, my leg.
when my leg, Horgan.
Wait, I just want to say Nick mentioned a good point. Why did he jump off feet first?
Why did he do a pencil
Fucking
dive?
idiot.
Yeah.
What a
He should have gone
fucking-
head first.
what
I
a
said, Nick,
dullard.
that's very smart. To bring that up.
And then also when some of the people from the commune are burning in the temple.
Yep. And they all start
They
screaming.
all start screaming. What a comedic scene as well when they're like, "Drink from the tree of tea,
So feel no pain."
Feel no
Yeah,
pain."
and he's like,
and they do it like a comedian, and they're like set on fire. He's like,
he looks at his fucking buddy. He's like,
This shit's hot.
"All right, I've got some questions for you guys,
Okay.
and then we can wrap
yeah,
up."
let's bring this home.
Was it scary,
No.
Olivia?
No.
Unsettling?
Yes.
Made me sick to my
Long,
stomach.
patient scenes.
Very
It's a slow
well
burn.
fucking shot.
Oh, we didn't say
Took
this.
its time, even though I bitched about the running time.
I think it was perfect.
Another thing that we didn't mention: Christian only talks in the mirror when he's lying.
Yes, that is very true. Yeah. You
Whenever-
see him, his reflection.
Remember in the first part where he's
Yeah.
telling her about the party, and it's Danny's in focus,
Standing here.
Oh, okay.
and then he's in the mirror.
Okay,
And then there's another
okay.
part where when he's telling his boys about fucking going about
I
telling
told her
Danny,
she can come.
he's in the reflection
Yeah.
behind them as well. So every time that
I
Christian is
didn't
lying,
think that was pretty on the nose.
It's like indirect.
I'm surprised did you not pick that up?
No, I didn't pick that up.
That is
It's
surprising.
like indirect communication.
Yeah.
That's which ends up being his downfall.
Just talk directly into the microphone, though.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. I'm like chilling out, relaxing.
We should get like a fucking lapel mics.
Lapel, yeah,
I can't help it. I
yeah.
just start to like float backwards.
Okay. Would you join this commune?
We know you're going to. I'm all
Would
set.
you
No, because
join
you
the
could end up-
commune?
you could end up being the one who gets sacrificed.
No.
Yeah, you get the communion, then you fucking get
Forget
burned.
you're not joining in Midsummer. We're going now. Midsummer's over.
What do you mean?
I got
I have
I got
no-
Right,
four
but I'm saying
tickets.
eventually
I got
you'll be-
four tickets to
Twickets.
Sweden, and we're gonna go, and we're
To
gonna
this
put
specific cult.
this cult.
No,
Would
Right, but
you
what about
join?
when
I'm
Midsommar? So
all set.
that's gonna come around again.
Actually, though, they always had beer.
Pretty
So-
ladies,
Pretty ladies,
sexy guys.
sexy guys,
The food.
trees that just love to drink up your piss.
Yep.
What else did they have that was good?
They all sat down in unison. That was pretty sweet.
I don't like that.
I didn't like the communal sleeping area. I'm
Yeah, I
not
wasn't-
down
I
for
You don't
that
want to listen
at
to a
all.
baby?
No, because it's like we would be.
I
in
thought
with
they were going to
infants.
kill a baby.
They didn't kill a baby. They're
Thought
not
they were
about that.
gonna
They're
kill
shit.
a
not
baby.
about it. But this is the thing, because not all of it is.
How many babies Danny going to have?
Oh, so many. She's gonna be a baby factory.
She's ripe.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Dude, they gotta not cross the bloodlines. That's important.
Oh wait,
Please go
maybe
ahead.
I should save this for the end because this is kind of a big one.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. No,
No,
go ahead, please.
Go for
Are
it.
you sure? Because this could be the Clint. This could be
Okay, well, first, before you do that,
because it's gonna rock your fucking.
It is gonna rock
world.
my world. You told me.
I
that-
hope so, because I feel like someone would have already mentioned it if they knew.
Okay. One thing that I want to say, Olivia, I'd like you to describe to the
No.
listening
Oh.
audience at home
Sure.
your experience of watching this movie
Am I
with.
allowed to say?
Yes, you're absolutely allowed to say what was going on.
Andy did edibles before we went, which I think was
ate
the single worst fucking
marijuana.
idea.
I
in the
watched this movie on hard mode.
world. Right, and
too
he
high.
was so creepy, and I knew everyone in the theater could see him. He was leaning so far forward, and he had this like, hey, this doesn't work for
Classic
podcast.
case of don't know what to do with your
Really
face.
creepy big tooth smile, leaning forward, and I was
And
like,
nodding.
"Oh, Andy," and nodding, yeah.
And then
I
leaning
kept
back
just
and
like
talking
grabbing
to-
you and just pushing you back,
That was me watching The Prestige.
Did you take
doing
an edible?
yeah.
and it's like you can't.
I was
control
like
your
sitting there
face.
I know that there's like a big secret.
I know there's a big
And I was like, and Nicole's like, you shut the fuck up. And I'm like, I know that there's something. And I'm too high to figure it out because I can't think about the same thing for more than 3 seconds. And I was getting really frustrated.
I know,
So I was
that-
trying to figure out what the big twist was going to be, but I was too high to
You
do
could
it.
never guess it.
And I realized afterward that even if I was not high, I never would have guessed
No,
it.
you never would have guessed it. That shit's phenomenal.
You should drink beer and go see a movie and then get pissed off the other two people
Oh.
in the movie theater that gasped. Shut the fuck up.
That's
on, be
another
a
thing.
man.
I brought wine in an olive container, and that shit.
Like olive oil?
Candy wine. Like an olive container.
Oh boy. So me and
Just
Olivia.
open up the fucking
I
jar.
had a box.
Start picking out the fucking.
No, listen,
I had
listen,
already
listen.
ate
Oh,
the
Jesus
olives and it was
Christ.
clean, and
Listen.
I had a box of wine. So I filled the olive container.
Me and Olivia have a system. We get fucked up in shifts.
Yes.
Okay.
I drove us there. Olivia had had a couple drinks before we got there. We had
was
a
a
drink
2.5
before we got
hour long movie, so
Two and a
I
half
had time
hour
to
long movie,
sober up.
plenty of time to sober up.
Yeah.
I ate a firecracker before I went down there. Over the course of the movie, I got way too high, and Olivia sobered up. But while the movie was going on,
And it was a light movie, and I was like sitting there opening up a fucking olive container. I was like, God damn it! Was there a dark scene in this for me to open?
I was
up
trying
my-
to vape the entire thing. It didn't really work.
No,
We
it's
tried
I
too
just want to think
light.
about what the people, like somebody who saw you.
Just drinking olive juice.
just this crazy grinning bastard and
And-
somebody drinking fucking wine
Yeah.
out of an olive jar that we didn't peel the
And
label
yeah,
off.
the label was still on.
That was a consideration before we left. Olivia goes, "Should
We
I
didn't
pull the
have
label
time.
off?" And I was like, "No."
Absolutely not.
We didn't have time.
And we
We brought
spent
all
like-
our own snacks.
We spent all the scenes while they were still in America trying to get our snacks out of the bag quietly.
Jesus Christ.
You can get beer at some movie theaters, can't you?
Yeah,
No,
but
But
not
it's
at
like
Spectrum.
$30.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't usually.
They don't
bring them
serve it to you in a fucking olive jar.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
in. Spectrum doesn't have alcohol.
No, they don't have alcohol yet. But they're pretty lenient from what I understand. You can go to like Delaware Supply and just bring your beer in there. They give
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
I've gone in with
They,
an
they
ice
give
cream
a shit,
cone
but just like
before.
don't be an asshole.
You
like,
can bring
it in
food
an olive
in and
jar.
shit. They don't care
Yeah, I
about
came
it.
in with an
They're
ice
pretty-
cream cone and like ate it really quickly. He was like, "You could have just brought that in."
Yeah, I used to live across the street, and we would you could like go get coffee
The
next
place
door
is
and just
fucking
bring it
awesome.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
They-
also
fucking
just
love that
we
place.
lived across the street. Was like, who wants popcorn? We would just go walk across the street
Oh,
and buy
fuck
popcorn
yeah,
and go
dude, I
home.
love their
Nice.
popcorn.
It was great.
What do you say, folks? You want to bring this home?
Oh,
Wait,
Olivia's-
I have something really
Okay,
important to say. Okay, I hope I didn't build it up too much. The lady who plays Danny is dating Zach Braff.
What?
So Garden State was a prequel.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
So Garden State is
Can
them
you fucking
getting
believe
together, having the nice times,
Midsommar is-
and then Midsommar is her realizing that
Oh,
he's
He's a
actually
shithead.
He's a big shitty hunk.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Is that not the fucking wildest thing? I saw a picture of them tonight and I was like, what is going on?
I've actually been watching a lot of Scrubs. We switched up our nighttime show. Now
Well, the
it's
first
Scrubs.
couple
Now
seasons of that
Scrubs.
show is
pretty
Yeah,
good.
It's
haven't
it's
really-
it's
we haven't really had
pretty
that.
It's
good.
good. I've watched a good amount of
Like
it.
I've watched bits and pieces.
we are
but not
doing
really.
we're watching Veronica Mars for the first time.
Oh,
nice.
that's Kristen Bell, right?
Yeah,
I fucking love her.
it's excellent.
Is it
it's
good?
So good.
It's not. Is it like cheesy or is it actually?
I mean, it's
I've never watched
it's what you're going to expect from a 2014 show mainly aimed at teenagers.
Well, there you go.
But it reminds me a lot of my personal favorite show, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, in that
Never
it
watched
is.
that either.
It's like it's more clever than the than that veneer would let on.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
right.
I love KristenEll. I think she's a great actor.
It's actually
she's
like
an
a
angel sent
really
from
really
heaven.
good
She's
show.
really funny.
Yeah,
okay.
everybody should watch The Good Place.
Yes,
Oh, The Good
she's
Place is
amazing. And
phenomenal.
the guy who plays Josh is Chidi on the Good Place. Okay, just to close it out, favorite set piece of the entire movie. Just one. Say it quick. What do you got?
Christian and the Bear.
Christian and the Bear. getting burned in the temple or just the bear?
Christian and the bear.
I like
Inside-
her flower dress.
I liked the sun portal in the yellow
Oh,
temple.
fuck, yeah, that was a good
sun
one.
portal is so fucking cool.
That was good. I like that. I,
I
want
like
that
the
for my garden.
tapestry displaying what was going to happen to Christian.
Yes.
I like that too. That was very good.
Also one other little Easter egg. Just sorry, I did a lot of research. I just want to put it.
Yeah.
The girl that puts the rune to Christian, her name is Maya, which is May. She is the spring. She is fertility.
Yeah,
She
that
is-
makes sense because she got boned.
She got bone. She got the.
Saw
right,
you in the
folks,
temple.
if you're-
It wasn't me.
If you're still listening, thank you,
You
for
were
listening.
in the fucking bear suit. It wasn't me.
It wasn't a bear suit. I was kind of hoping I was going to just turn into Nicolas Cage out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh my god, right? Because of he dressed in a bear costume.
They
I
hate-
completely
and he
forgot
punched women.
about that. And he
That's
punched
a
women.
Yeah, that's a thing in Nordic culture. They don't like bears like we do. They
They
fucking
don't like
hate
them?
bears. Well,
Oh, I
bears
didn't
are
know
bad
that.
people.
Yeah, no, they're not cool. Teddy,
are-
you can thank Teddy Roosevelt for that. All right, so folks, if you're still
Thanks,
listening,
Caught your bear naked.
You had blood on your ding dong. It wasn't me.
well,
I heard all those women singing. It wasn't me. And then we did a weird breathing. It wasn't me.
Killing me won't bring back your bees.
That was me.
Picture this: we were both jumping off a cliff, and I got my head smashed in.
Oh God. Andy liked that one.
Was that you with the big mallet? that was me.
Yeah, that was me.
Did you piss on my sacred tree?
Also me.
Why did we even do an episode?
Yeah, we
It should
should've
just
done
be a
that.
song.
Yeah.
I know you totally could have. You could have had the beat ready and everything.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
next time.
right.
That'll be an EIK exclusive.
All right, guys.
It's always in the
thanks
IK exclusive. All right,
joining
folks.
me.
Thanks for listening. Olivia, thanks for coming on
Thank
to
you
the
so much.
podcast. We appreciate you. We'll all talk to you soon. That's a new thing. I'm gonna say that now.
We'll talk to you
talk to you soon, folks. Take care of yourself. Tip your
Kiss your mother.
bartenders and kiss your mother. Spay and neuter your dogs and take care of yourself. Don't go to Sweden. But I guess go to Sweden. It's supposed to be pretty nice. Eat some fish.